Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm G. I'm a cosplayer. I'm known as Underwater Eyeballs online, and today we are going to be working on my Cowboy Dio cosplay, which I will be wearing to Katsucon this year in Washington DC. I've been excited to build this cosplay since literally like July of last year. I'm doing this with a group of friends. We're doing like cowboy villains, so I'm really excited about it. We're gonna be bedazzling a jacket that I have. It's got like fringe on it and everything. I'm super excited, and at the end, stay tuned for the full outfit reveal. I'm gonna do my makeup and everything, so stay tuned for that. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe, leave a comment. I'm a new channel, so that would be really helpful for me. Yeah, and if you didn't catch my last video, I did a like top craziest comments that I got on TikTok, thirst comments. So if you want to check that out, you can find it on my channel. And if you want to catch my Baldur's Gate 3 JJK crossover streams, I stream every Sunday at 6:30 p.m. Central Time, so feel free to catch those. All of the past streams are up on my channel now, so you can catch up if you need to. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into this cosplay. Okay, so let's get into it. First, we've got our jacket, and we've got our gems we're gonna use to bedazzle it, and these stars, and then some tweezers, glue, and a white pencil to sketch out the design. So I'm gonna start by sketching a couple of different Dio last name options, if you will. My handwriting's not, I'm kind of out of practice. I do mostly typing these days, but here's a couple options for the name Brando, and this will go on the back of the jacket. Yeah, and as you can see, I picked that one. So now we are going to use some sticky notes to kind of lay out where the letters are gonna go. I don't really know how I came up with this. I honestly just was looking for a way to space out the letters correctly, because I can be kind of bad at spatial awareness while I'm writing big words. So here we go. I'm just going to draw as best as I can the Brando that I chose from that sticky note list. And then we're gonna do our best to translate it to the back of the jacket. So once we've got that all finished, I'm gonna tape together my sticky notes so that I can easily maneuver them around the page. And then we're gonna get started with marking up the back of the jacket. And I'm just making sure that this is centered because obviously we wouldn't want it to not be. So yeah, and I'm using my white pencil here, as you can see. And we're gonna do our best to get these letters on the back of the jacket in the right place. So as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I'm going to be wearing this cosplay to Katsucon this year in DC, which I'm super excited about. This is going to be my second year in a row attending this con, and I think it's supposed to snow, which I'm very excited about. I live down in Texas, so we never really get that. But yeah, I'm doing this cosplay with a group of friends, which should be really fun. I got a call basically last summer from a friend of mine who was like, "We're gonna do cowboy villains to Katsu. Will you be our Dio?" And I was like, "Of course." Dio is one of my favorites to bring to cons. It's always such an involved cosplay, but it's always so worth it, even though it's a little bit of a sensory nightmare. Yeah, and as you can see, we've got our B done, so I'm just making sure that we're still on track for the proper placement of the letters. We're moving on to R. Here we go. But yeah, Katsu last year was super fun. I wore my Erwin Smith cosplay on Friday, and then I wore my full Part 3 Dio cosplay on Saturday for like 12 hours straight. And then to the ball, I was still in Dio, but I wore a suit instead. And it was a lot of fun. And I ended up dancing with this one Cinderella cosplayer. And it was really funny. We made a video about like Dio stealing Cinderella from Sukuna, because if you're aware, there's that meme of Sukuna and Cinderella. yeah, I don't really know where that meme came from, honestly, but here we are. And then on Sunday last year, I wore my Mega Milk Rhina cosplay, which if you're not aware of that, that also comes from this meme of Rhina from Attack on Titan with like huge, you can imagine. And a friend of mine, a very dear friend of mine, did that cosplay a few years ago on TikTok, and me and several of our mutual friends also decided to jump in and do that cosplay. And so of course I brought it to Katsu, and it was super fun. It was really I kept getting a lot of questions being like, who are you and what are you wearing and why? And to them I say it was for joy and for fun, and yeah. And there we go, we're all done with our last name Brando on the jacket. It's all centered up, all the letters look good, and now I'm just going back over it one more time to make sure that I can see the design, because once I start bedazzling, there's no going back. I'm gonna have glue all over my hands, so let's go. Alrighty, and then I decided to add these little stars on his name just as cute little embellishments. So we're gonna add those on, and then we started bedazzling. So I have a bunch of gems of all different sizes. So for this first letter, I wanted to lay all of them out to make sure that the size was good and that the spacing was good, and I wanted to kind of change the line thickness with the size of the gems. So I really wanted to make sure with this first letter that I did that. I did give up that strategy of laying them all out beforehand because that was taking far too long. So here we are, we're gluing, we're getting into it, and yeah, for the next couple of minutes in this video, you're gonna get to watch me glue a lot of rocks down. So strap in. So while we are watching this lovely footage of me bedazzling, I wanted to take a little bit of time to talk about con etiquette and my experience as a cosplayer at a convention. And I know that there's, dozens of videos about this same topic that are probably, on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube, everywhere. But I wanted to speak to my own experience for as a cosplayer from the past few years. So obviously, there's the typical don't come up to cosplayers while they're eating, kind of thing, to take pictures, because obviously that's just rude. We're shoveling food in our mouths. We don't get a lot of opportunities to eat at cons. So it's very precious time when we finally get a chance to sit down and rest. And, most of us are wearing like crazy shoes and are wearing wigs and tight costumes. And it's kind of an overall sensory nightmare, I think. So when cosplayers are resting, do not go up to them and ask for photos. Don't go up to us and ask for photos when we're sitting down either, because then we have to get up. I mean, you can ask nicely, but just don't be mad if people say no. And if you came up to me and asked me if I was eating, I would say no. But if I wasn't, if I was just chilling there, I'd probably say yes. But it would also depend on how I was feeling in the moment. So just be really mindful of what people are doing. Give people their space to take breaks. Cons are really overwhelming. And I think that's something that even non-cosplayers experience. There's just a lot of crowds. There's lots of noise. So yeah, let people take breaks. I also think in general, don't take photos without permission. It seems like a thing that should just be something that people know, but you would be surprised how many people do not ask for consent before taking photos. And again, cosplaying is something that people put a lot of effort into, and part of that is posing. And so if you're just taking like random pictures without really giving us the opportunity to stand how we want to stand and like serve the serve the look that we want to look, serve the look that we want to serve, you're really kind of undercutting some of the work that I think cosplayers put in. I know for me specifically, I have like character poses that I want to do, and I know a lot of my cosplay friends have the same thing that they want to do. So just ask, you know, give cosplayers a chance to get ready before you hit the picture button, and I promise you it'll be a much better experience for everyone around, because then you're also not going to get a shitty photo, you know. So keep that in mind as well. The other thing I would say too is ask for consent in general with any sort of interaction with cosplayers, in terms of like physical interaction. Like, don't touch people's costumes unless they say it's okay. Don't give people hugs. Don't scream. You know, don't like run up and get in people's faces. You know, basically just don't be rude. And make sure people are comfortable. We're all there to have a good time. And just like that, we are putting our last stone on the O. And I'm just gonna hit these bejeweled stars with a quick ironing really quick. And here we go. Doesn't it look lovely? This is the first time I ever bedazzled anything, so I'm kind of shocked with how well it went, to be honest with you. But yeah, and now we're moving on to the sleeves. I'm adding these bigger stars on either side, on the shoulder pad area. And for this first one, I'm doing the silver gold silver kind of pattern, and then I'm gonna do the reverse on the other side to kind of balance out the color scheme. And again, we're just hitting it with the iron for a few minutes. As you know, as per usual, be careful when you're ironing things. They're very hot. Make sure you don't accidentally get your finger caught under there. That has happened to me before, so be very careful. Yeah, and here's the other shoulder pad with the gold, silver, and gold star. And now we are moving on to the lapel and the collar. I really wanted to get as many stars onto this jacket as I could. As I mentioned, I grew up in Texas, so I grew up going to the rodeo, and everybody looked fabulous there with their diamond encrusted accessories. So that's kind of really what I was going for. And I'm adding some stars to the sleeves on either side as well. Hitting them with the iron. And there we go. This is the finished product. I'm so happy with how it came out. I think the stars are gonna look great in the nighttime Friday night lights at Katsu. And I'm really excited about the fringe and the whole outfit. So yeah, for my first time bedazzling, I think I did a pretty good job. Okay, so now that we have the jacket done, I'm gonna go do my makeup. I'm gonna put on my wig. I've got the jacket, I've got a shirt, I got jeans, I got boots, I got a belt, I got a bolo tie, I got it all. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go do everything, and transition coming in 3, 2, 1. And there we go. Oh my gosh, y'all, this makeup took me like literally 2 hours, as it typically does, but I honestly, I've gotten it down to like an hour and a half before, but I'm a little out of practice. But here's the look. Here, I'll give you like a full little outfit moment. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me for this video. As I mentioned earlier, feel free to like and subscribe if you would like to for more cosplay content and anime shenanigans. I hope you like the cosplay. I'm very excited to wear it to Katsu again this year. Last year I did the full part 3 outfit, and if you want to find photos of that, they are on my Instagram, which is at underwatereyeballs, and I'll put like one of them right here. I'll see you in DC for any of you who are going to Katsu. If you see me, come say hi, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.